Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's. That's what they needed right there. Force one here. Up to Chin, who throws it down. Minkler, good ball fake. Gets to the 10. Count it and the foul. Two buzzer beaters to his credit. Goes down the lane. Double pump.
There it is.
Good! Another! And it's a steal by Soden to the rim. He's got the layup, and Bedford's got the lead. McGeady drives, Strand open, three-pointer up and in. Wow. And they come up with a steal. O'Connell looking for the flush.
Big guys shoot twos.
Step back, Castro trying to tie the game. Juanena up the sideline, Castic way, double pump. Shot up and in! Up and in! Trying to find Bono. Mike with the steal! Mike is going to run up the clock! Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Bo. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. The Manchester West Blue Knights taking on Scott Drapeau and his Bo Falcons. Two of the better teams in Division 2 in a late season matchup as we try to sort out the seedings for the upcoming Division 2 tournament. This game certainly has implications for both these teams. They come in with identical 11-4 records. Right now, if the season were to end and the tournament were to begin, these two teams would be tied for 5th in Division 2. Not a bad spot.
No, not too bad.
Of course, everybody right now chasing Hanover, who has the Division 2's top record at 15-1. So both these teams have been up and down. West started off very hot.
They did.
Dropped a couple back in January. However, playing better as of late under head coach Rich Otis. They've won 4 out of their last 5 and are hoping to capture again their 12th victory tonight. Bo, meanwhile, as we mentioned, Scott Drapeau, he's got his squad playing well. One of his better players, however, may or may not see the floor tonight. Jake Reardon, the sophomore, dealing with an ankle injury. This place is packed.
Oh, yes, it
is. A very good crowd here on a Tuesday night. And this game should be a good one.
Yeah, I got the word that Reardon's going to try and play, just from one of the assistant coaches from West. Said he's going to give it a shot, and they seem to think he's fine, he's going to play, but I talked to a parent, and, you know, he did roll his ankle significantly the other day, so it's going to be touch and go to see how he does. Fans are going to play a big part in this. West traveled with a few fans, but Bo tonight has quite a few. We got some famous coaches in the stands, too. We got Paul Hogan here watching from NHTI
right
in the stands, who I work with in our wonderful AAU program. And it's kind of funny, too, when we look, we don't know much about Division II because we haven't done much, but I noticed a funny stat. Rich Otis, who was a former coach at Merrimack Valley, former coach at Pembroke, also at Franklin, but it's funny because he lost to both Merrimack Valley, where he coached, and Pembroke. So it's always kind of when you go back as a coach and you play somebody where you did coach, you kind of want to win that game.
Yeah.
But he gets another shot. Well, he gets another shot at Pelham, right? And he might get another shot at Pembroke in the playoffs at some point. So I know he wants to win this one tonight. This is important for them. They need to get a good, solid win as they move toward the playoffs, as does Bo, I'm sure.
All right, when we come back, starting lineups, national anthem, and then game time, a late tip here in Bo. West and Bo. Next, you are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
He's assisted by John Finnegan, KJ Knapp, and Ethan Draco. The athletic trainers, Randall Scroggins, Grant State Physical Therapy. Officials for tonight's game are Mr. Robson, Mickey, Mr. Tim Keefe, and Mr. Ryan Bird. Now would you all please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, we're ready to rumble here in Bow. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Both teams 11-4 in the Division II standings. Starting lineups, first for the visitors, a veteran unit under head coach Rich Otis. 3 seniors, Max Sosha, one of the best pure scorers, not just in the division, but in the state. He'll wear number 1 in blue tonight. He's joined by his classmates Eliel Chavez and Matthias Obando. The junior point guard is Tevin Edmonds, and Max Hood is the sophomore and the 5th Blue Knight starter.
He's worked his way into that lineup, too. I have to be honest. He didn't start early.
On the other side for Bow, there's 3 sophomores, including the aforementioned Jake Reardon, who is going to give it a go tonight despite the shaky ankle. Peyton Larrabee and Brendan O'Keefe are also sophomores. The lone senior is Colby Smith. And rounding out the 5 is the junior Keaton Hubbard. 3 officials tonight as well. Rob Stadnicki, Tim Keefe, and Ryan Borg. We are underway here in Bow. The Falcons in their home white. Blue Knights on the road in the appropriate blue uniforms. Inside, Reardon is going to get the home team on the board first.
I think right away I want to find out, will West rebound? They've had some rebounding issues, right? Rebound, how will they handle the crowd tonight? A very heavy-laden Bow crowd.
A good student section as well. As you mentioned, Justin, the West fans traveled north up Route 93, and are pretty sizable off to our right. Meanwhile, Sosha left it short on the baseline, and the rebound belongs to Smith.
Yeah.
As Bo looks to stretch this lead. Long two for Reardon is up and in.
And Sosha's averaging about, I think, 25.5 points a game, so they're going to look for him to score early. The way I think teams have beaten them is to kind of hold him in check, and then teams have managed to beat them just by, let him stop him and let everybody else try and get their points.
Deep three. Going around the rim and out, and then it's Edmonds out of a crowd, lost the dribble. Body's on the ground. Reardon has it for the Falcons. Quickly, it's O'Keefe for three.
Yeah, shooting well early. Rebounding well, shooting well. Early turnovers. I'm curious to see, too, how Reardon holds up. And I've heard Bo plays very wide open. 5 guys out. Not a lot of action inside, but they get a lot of three-point shots.
Sosha going to swing it around. Here's a three. Pretty good look at it, but it won't drop. And again, the Falcons the other way. Reardon in the lane with a teardrop.
Hey, he looks pretty good for a guy with a bad ankle. That's a nice-looking shot.
He's got 6 already. Just 2 minutes in. It's 9-0 Bo. Coach Drapo trying to coach up this defense. Coach Otis hoping his squad can score here. Chavez, they're going to swing it. Obando will give it up, and now Edmonds calls out the play.
All right, so Bo's in a man. See, West decides to run man-to-man. Got to make sure they take care of the ball today. On the road, you always have to take care of the ball on the road. Just so much different. You're playing in the same gym. You're in a gym, right? The road doesn't seem like it should be that much different, right? Fans, clock. You have to worry about the road clock.
Here's a three. Won't go for Chavez on the wing, and a skying rebound hauled in by Larrabee. Up the floor, there's Reardon for 2 more.
That's an easy layup.
Timeout West.
West has got to get back. Can't let guys do that. If they're trying to rebound on offense, that's fine, but you got to get back. The guards have to be back and make sure they stop that easy layup.
A dream start for Coach Drapo's Falcons. Less than 3 minutes in, it's 11-0, with Reardon leading the way with 8 points.
Yeah, and West's shots right now haven't been great shots. A couple players that don't normally shoot a lot of threes. Chavez doesn't shoot a ton of threes. But he's proven he can make them. Sosha had a little fadeaway inside, but other than that, they haven't had great looks at the basket. They might want to try and find a 2, get an easy basket early. Right? We've talked about this with other players before when they're not shooting well. Find a way just to put the ball in the basket so your teammates can see the ball go in the basket. And rebound. Box out. All that stuff that you're supposed to do.
A spirited Coach Otis sending his troops back onto the floor, trailing already by double digits. Of course, Coach Otis, well-traveled, as you highlighted, first year as head man with the Blue Knights. This one is tipped out of play. The defender got his right hand on it. That's O'Keefe.
I think Bo is coming in with some confidence. They have a good record. They've won some good games. Now, see, that was an easy 2-footer that Chavez should have shot. Nice shot out there, but Eliel Chavez passed up an easy 2-footer.
Obando, the beneficiary of the unselfish pass, as he knocks down the 3. Meanwhile, Reardon, count it, and the foul.
Oh, he did call a foul on that. Wasn't too sure he was going to call that.
Reardon with 10. And he's 5 for 5 from the floor. A chance for one more at the free throw line. As the foul there goes against Obando. So 13-3. The right-handed sophomore will fire up a high arcing shot that won't count. We have a lane violation against West. So a redo coming. Like Obando was in there early. So the do-over does the trick. Reardon with 11 of the 14 Falcon points. And we have a foul here against Bo. We'll do the first team foul.
I think I gave a basket to somebody else. We're going to have to talk about that later. My mathematics have gone awry yet again.
Foul on O'Keefe, his first.
Play man out of bounds. I'd like to see West try and score on that, right? Try and score on the out of bounds play. Right now they're trying to post Shosa up as well. He's primarily a three-point shooter, but he's got a really nice inside 15-foot game. He shoots off the dribble well.
Edmonds is fouled in the act. Well, the junior point guard pulled the trigger on that elbow J and got hit on the elbow.
Offense looks a little bit stagnant so far to start. They always think they got a good block there, but we know from our wizard that was a foul.
It's on Colby Smith, his first. So here's Edmonds, started last year as a sophomore. Guided West to a quarterfinal appearance and has gotten off to a great start here in his junior campaign. Going to knock down a free throw, his first point of the night. Second one for the right-hander is off the back iron. The rebound goes to Reardon.
I like him. He's very steady. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Kind of wish he would try and maybe attack the basket a little more than he normally does. Be more aggressive as a scorer. But you have Max Hood also as a sophomore, good shooter, lefty. And I think he has just been, what would you call him, uplifted or put in the starting lineup as of late. That's not with a good steal there.
Well, there he is. Hood into the corner. It's the first Falcon turnover. West trying to make it a single-digit difference again here midway through this first period. Sosha for three. A challenge shot from the wing won't go. Reardon's got his second rebound for Bo.
You know what they're doing, too? They're making Max shoot very difficult shots. Very difficult shots.
That one in and out. Sosha the rebound. And then this one turned over in the corner.
Yeah, the West looks a little bit like, like the double overtime game, and that waiting period maybe threw off that rhythm just a little bit.
Yeah, the JV game went into double overtime. Manchester West prevailed 79-71. Here's a steal by Sosha.
Yeah, a little half-court trap.
Down the middle, finds Hood on the baseline, and the lefty is going to knock it down. The sophomore gets on the board, and West back within 8. Little full-court pressure here.
He's got a nice, good-looking, consistent left-hand jumper.
Reardon trying to keep it alive. Instead, it's pulled in by West, and a foul is called. Chavez the rebound. And a foul in the backcourt against Bo will be their third team foul.
West really has to make sure they put a body on some of these guys. Bo has some size, and they're very active on the glass tonight as well. Offensive rebound, defensive rebound. I think that's been one of the only reasons why they've had some issues in a few games is just simply rebounding.
Three won't go. This ball is poked out of bounds. And last touch by Obando. It'll be Bo ball. Inside of 3 minutes first quarter. For those just joining us, the Falcons scored the first 11 points of the game.
Yeah, they've gone on quite a run.
West trying to claw their way back. They're within 8. Both teams have been in the man-to-man defensively exclusively. Meanwhile, Reardon is fouled at the rim.
Good backdoor cut. Looked like he might have got away with a little shuffle of the feet. You see that? Might have got away with a travel on that with the sore ankle. I'll take another look on the back door. There it is. 1, 2. I couldn't tell there. A little shuffle when he caught the ball initially.
So Chavez picks up his first, the team's second. Free throw. Rolls off the rim for Reardon. We got another lane violation. This one is against Bo.
That's costly.
May have been against the shooter.
Yeah, he missed the free throw anyway, but he might have stepped over the line.
So they wave it off. West will have it.
The lines are there for a reason, Nick.
Yep.
Sometimes people don't realize that and they don't pay attention. The lines are there for a reason.
Blue Knights trying to make it a 2-possession game. Sosha off the body screen. Three-pointer in the hole.
There's Obando again from out there. Wow.
Little pick and pop. Obando, his second from downtown. And now a timeout is called by Bo. Coach Drapo wants to talk it over. So a run by the home team to open up. And now West with their counter move back within 5. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance Get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally by the New Hampshire Tom.
Minor snafu. Just a minor snafu.
All right, we're back here in Bow. We apologize. Somebody unplugged the power.
What's up with that?
So bear with us as we deal with the pranksters here at Bow High School. Meanwhile, it's 17-9 as we enter the final minute of this first quarter. Bow has played with the lead and look to push it back to double digits. Meanwhile, it's a 2-2-1 press from the Blue Knights.
Yes, little half-court trap, trying to make them see. Now, look, it's creating a little bit of chaos.
And then a foul.
Almost turned the ball over a couple times on a lob. Maybe they had a timeout situation, so Bo could talk about that. But when they see that trap, you got to figure out how to attack it because they have some guys open on the far side of the floor. Ball gets to the high post; those cutters are wide open.
Blue Knights will fall back to a man-to-man. Coach Drapo's got something in mind. He's at half court, calling out the play. Inside, it's Larrabee. In the corner, nowhere to go for Guaret. Backdoor pass, tipped, stolen. Long pass intercepted. Sean Guaret, who just checked in, comes up with the steal. 3 turnovers each way. Final 15 seconds, first quarter. Across the baseline, jump shot is short. Good look there for Larrabee, but not enough on it. West trying to get the final laugh. They go down the lane. Pass is tipped out of bounds with less than 2 seconds remaining.
Oh, that ball was off of West. They got lucky. That's 2 fortunate that have been tipped out of West, and they've missed that. I think they knew, and they didn't say anything. West clearly tipped that one up.
Quick shot, Obando.
Wow, 17-9. So there was a couple runs in that quarter, though. 11-0, and then West went on a 9-5 run, and then all of a sudden, then Bo scored a few more baskets, a couple turnovers, untimely, of course.
8-point difference after one. Second quarter next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beal's Insurance.
broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, welcome back here to Bow. Count it in the foul for Will Tanavasa.
He just checked in.
First-year player for West.
Transfer student from, I believe,
Hopkins.
That's it. You nailed it.
And providing some instant offense off the bench here for Coach Otis. Suddenly it's a two-possession game again. 5-point difference after the free throw at 17-12. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. Glad you could join us. A Division II showdown here in mid-February between two contenders. Both these teams 11-4, and each with 2 games left on the schedule after tonight. That pass tipped into the Bow student section. They've been lively. They're in uniform. They're in costume, I should say. A lot of hard hats featured over on that side of the gym. And then on the near side, behind the visitor bench, there's a pretty large contingent of West fans who have made the trip up from Manchester.
And I think a lot of the same kids come, so it's nice to see them travel with the team wherever they go. Right now, too, Bo's got to figure out a way to handle that half-court trap. They're just lobbing the ball into the, trying to get the ball across court with a lob. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to attack it and throw bounce passes and make sure that you guys have guys going to the basket, trying to get easy looks, because guys are open, but you can't lob the ball.
Meanwhile, Tevin Edmonds, the junior point guard for West, is going to get his first seat on the bench as he gets a well-deserved rest. 3 reserves on the floor right now for the Blue Knights. Here's Reardon. Leaves it short. Kept alive on a good hustle play by Guaret, but it's going to lead to a fast break for West, and Sosha is going to get his first 2 of the night. Comes with a minute gone by in the second quarter. Suddenly, after trailing by 11, West is within 3. More of this zone press giving the Falcons fits. It leads to another Bow turnover.
Yeah, that's it. You got to make sure they attack it. They can take their time. You can use the back court. Go back and forth, right? Go back and forth, and then look for cutters. Right now, they seem like they're out of sorts and haven't seen that half-court trap yet. So I got 4-4 turnover-wise, I think, right? 4-4, yeah.
A chance, perhaps, for West to tie the game with a 3. Obando into the lane. Leaner, no. And this one controlled by the defense as Smith comes up with another rebound. Well, both head coaches engaged here in this first half, both standing and barking out commands at the head of the bench. This one turned over, and Coach Drapo is upset. That's back-to-back giveaways by Bow.
And these aren't turnovers that are necessary, too. And I think Bow is trying to go inside today, too, a little more than they normally do. I've been told from scouting reports that they have a nice 5-out game where they try and attack that way. But now they've posted up West quite a few times already early.
Blue Knights trailed 11-0 just 3 minutes into the game. Here's a turnover. Reardon going to keep it himself. Deep 3 for Smith. No. Trying to keep it alive is Larrabee, and it's last touched off his right hand. It'll go back to West, and now a timeout is called by Coach Otis.
Yeah, both teams need to take care of the ball. Right? Silly turnovers for no reason. Just, again, lobbing the ball. Fake. How about this? When we went to the Pinkerton game in Bedford the other night, we talked about throwing the ball into the post, right? Fake high, throw low. Wherever the player holds the hand up, you throw to the hand. And you also go fake low, and you throw right by the defender's ear. Most players can't get their hands up by their ears, ever. So your hands are down or they're wide. So low and right by the ear, and you're not going to get the ball taken away, or you're not going to turn the ball over. When you lob it, or just throw straight passes without faking, turnovers.
As you said, there's a nuance to the entry pass.
There is.
And
a backdoor pass. There's nuances to all this stuff. Right. It's a lot of, if you fake high, right? Look around. We're not seeing a lot of fakes anymore where you fake and then throw a pass. You can fake hard at the top, and the whole defense will shift. and then you go back the other way. Especially against a zone. You really can do that and make a zone shift.
See what Coach Otis has in mind here out of the timeout. His team down by 3. Trying to get it inside to Sosha.
Good example right there. That's a passing game. That's screen down, screen away, so you get that nice screen away on the baseline. And if you screen well, open for a nice little 2-footer inside.
Sosha wants it down low. Instead, they'll reverse it. 3-pointer on the way for Obando. No, and above the rib rebound.
Good
Ripped
rebound.
in by Larrabee. 2.5 gone by, second quarter. Down the lane. Reardon off the glass, miss. Ball on the ground, and West gets to it. Sosha looking to push. Stripped. Good hands there by Smith. And Smith trying to escape trouble along the sideline. Goes inside for Reardon, across the paint to Larrabee, and there's the finish.
Yeah, good pass. Nice finish. And again, big man against a smaller man inside. That crazy baseline pass, though, Nick, that makes me nuts. That's a hard pass. But in that case,
it worked.
Worked out well.
Yep. So Larrabee gets his first 2. He's been working hard out there. Chance for a 3-point play. His club up 5 with 3 minutes gone by in this second quarter. This free throw is no good. And the rebound off the bounce goes to West. Jermaine Gonzalez. This one given away in the backcourt.
Yeah, Gonzalez had a rebound and then turned the ball over almost immediately.
And a foul is called. It's against the Blue Knights. It's against Tanavasa. Meanwhile, Edmonds is back on the floor to run the show for West. He'll replace the sophomore Hood.
Good job in the 2-3 zone out of bounds.
Reardon.
Too easy. Just too easy.
Goes right through the zone, leans in to his 6th field goal of this first half. He's got a game-high 13 points.
For a guy with a bad ankle, he's moving well.
Yep. Into the corner. Wide open for 3. It's up and in.
Tanavasa, right?
Tanavasa.
It's a 3.
His second field goal. 6 points, all in this second quarter. The Blue Knights back within 4 as we approach the midway point of this second quarter. Coach Otis trying to inspire this Blue Knight trap. Meanwhile, a 3 is the remedy there for Bo.
He did a pretty good job with the trap early, and then they gave up that one on a long kick-out pass, and nobody closed out.
O'Keefe's second from downtown. Inside out and a foul on the pass as Gonzalez was hit.
Notice, too, they're double-teaming Shosa on that one. On pretty much every time he catches the ball on the block, they double-team him. I think that's you're not going to give away a scouting report. Everybody's trying to do the same thing. I think the games that they have lost, he has not scored the ball well. So if you can kind of contain him a little bit.
Tough to contain that.
Boom.
Off the inbound lob, he gets his second field goal.
But if you can contain him, hold him under what his average is, you're going to have a good chance to beat him, I think.
Meanwhile, backdoor Reardon.
That's communication. That's all communication on the backside.
15 for the sophomore. The lead 7 again. Inside of 4 minutes until halftime. Coach Drapeau continuing to pace the sideline. His defense has been consistent. They've been in this half-court man. And a travel on the catch. He's going to give the ball back to Ball.
Shuffle. How many times have we seen that this year, Nick? The foot shuffle. My goodness, feet shuffle, I guess, is two foots. So that's
not going to get away with it tonight either with 3 officials. Against the press, Reardon pulls up on the baseline. It's around the rim and out. Ball is tipped in the paint. Reardon over to Larrabee. Count it, and the foul.
Very, very fortuitous rebound. We'll call that a rebound for Larrabee. Ball was tipped multiple times by West. Just couldn't get a handle on it.
And the Falcons have crashed the glass pretty well in this first half. Second chance point there. And now it's a 10-point game again after the free throw. Larrabee with 5 in this first half.
You know, one of those things, too, never try and save the ball underneath your opponent's basket either.
3-pointer for Sosha. That went off. Obando is there. Into the corner. 3-pointer is short. A good look by Chavez, but there's the putback.
Obando, nice rebound.
Obando with a team high 8 points for West. The gap is 8 at 29-21. Meanwhile, a foul here is Reardon able to navigate to the rim, took it on the elbow, and he'll shoot 2. Foul on Chavez. And that's his second.
They've gotten to the line 7 times. They've only made 2, so they're not shooting the ball from the free throw line very well. West, 2 for 3.
They'll have the opportunity as West is now over the limit. 5 team fouls here in this second quarter.
Early as well, 5-2, right? Early, so we're still trying to get a hang of that. The hang of that situation where it sometimes we've seen it where there have been no free throws, and that, like in a bonus situation because no one's fouling. Today, a few more. West is starting to get a little frustrated, especially on that non-box out.
Into the corner. O'Keefe, a good look, won't go. Offensive rebound, Larrabee. And a foul here on the perimeter is going to put Bo back at the free throw line.
That's a little frustration foul there. Little frustration.
Going to get a reach in here against Sosa. It's on the pass. Or I'm sorry, it's a...
No, still shooting though, right?
Yeah,
still shooting 2.
Yeah, he reached in across the body to get Smith. So 2 on the way for Colby Smith, the lone senior starter for Bo. Gets the home roll. 4 points in this first half for the point guard.
And yet West is very heavy on the senior side. The players that play are predominantly seniors. I mean, Hood comes off the bench, or started tonight, and he's a sophomore, and then Edmonds is a junior. So other guys, all the other players that have come in have been seniors for the most part. Gonzalez is young, but
a lot of experience on this club as well. Backdoor Gonzalez, 1 dribble, had it rejected, and now a late whistle.
Oh, good block from behind. Might have got him in the front, but that was a great block from behind.
So Gonzalez, the sophomore, will have a chance to score his first points here at the free throw line. Goes against Larrabee.
Here's a good view. The Wizards got a good view here.
Watch on the way down, perhaps.
I think the ball hit him in the head. I don't think the player hit him in the head.
Yeah, Reardon got all ball, but the foul goes against Larrabee, and that is his 3rd as well. So a decision on the way here for Coach Drapo.
I don't know if Coach Drapo was aware he even had 2.
He's going to come off the floor here with a sheepish smile on his face.
I think he was. One of my favorite words. He was befuddled. Yeah. I don't think he thought he fouled him.
No. Coming up on 2 minutes to go until halftime. A 3 up and in.
Wide open, Nick, in the corner, unguarded, wide open.
It's the 4th team-made three-pointer for Bo. And there's the answer. Tanavasa has given this team a punch off the bench. 9 points all in this second quarter. Still, Bo's lead is double digits at 35-24. Another 3. This one is short. Gonzalez the rebound. Up ahead for Shosha. Bounce pass for Tanavasa, who can't convert. Going to keep it alive, though. Poked it loose, and then a foul is called on Reardon, who is upset. Called for the grab on his way to the floor. And that will put the Falcons up against the team foul limit now with 4.
Yeah, nobody had their ball that time. The ball was bouncing all over. Tanavasa worked hard after that missed shot to kind of tip the ball and at least give West a chance, and then they end up getting it back on the foul. Great play.
Stolen. Turnover number 9 here for West in this first half. Reardon into the lane. Back out for Smith. A good look at it. Short. Rebound off the front iron collected by Chavez. Tanavasa trying to shake off the defender. West will reset as we move towards 1 minute remaining in this first half. Coming up at halftime, a look back at that first half with stats, highlights, analysis. Out-of-town scoreboard as well. That's all on the way. Here's a 3. Up and in.
Chavez.
A good look for Chavez, able to line it up and knock it down. That's his first field goal of this first half, and now all of a sudden it's an 8-point game again.
And they're doing what they want. I think they're trying to make sure they stop Shosa. But other guys are making shots, right? If other guys can make shots, that's okay. But the goal would be to contain Shosa, not let him get 30, 35. He gets a lot of breakaways too. A lot of he leaks out, gets a lot of breakaway shots.
There he is, 3-pointer straight away, a little too deep. Wanted a foul as he was knocked down, no whistle.
Tried to draw that one. Don't think he got hit.
That's a three.
Wow, he had all kinds of time.
Colby Smith able to line up that one after missing a moment ago. 8 points for the senior. The lead back to 11, which is the largest it's been in this first half. Final 10 seconds. Tanavasa, step back three. Too strong. Weak side rebound for Guaret. Bo going to have to hurry. Down to 2 seconds. Reardon catching fire. Won't go.
Almost.
But a very productive first half for the home team. Bo, they scored the first 11 points of the game. And the lead is 11 at halftime, 38-27.
I like that. That's like some kind of a weird numerology thing going on there.
As we head to the locker room. All right, coming up, stats, highlights, analysis, and a busy out-of-town scoreboard as well as we get a look at D1 and D2 here on a Tuesday night in mid-February. Blue Knights, we're going to draw up some adjustments on the chalkboard. Coach Drapo, I'm sure, with some tricks up the sleeve as well, so we'll find out in just a few minutes. Halftime here in Bow. Halftime show coming up next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, it's halftime here in Bow with the Falcons leading the West Blue Knights by a score of 38-27. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Bow came ready to play in a battle. Two teams with identical records, both 11-4 coming into tonight with 3 games to play. Bow scored the first 11 points of the contest. Took a timeout from Coach Otis to kind of fire his guys, refocus his guys. And West did respond, came within 3 at one point early in that second quarter. Another mini run just before halftime by the Falcons.
Yeah, we had 3. I think we had, first quarter had 2 good solid 3 runs in the first quarter. They changed the way they kind of, we talked about that before. In the second quarter, too, we had a couple runs in the second quarter, and all of a sudden, you have an 11-point game. Like you said, that's a game of runs, right? That's what you said before.
So 11 is the margin. Some of the numbers from the first half. I apologize. I was counting both Keenan Hubbard and Jake Reardon's points for Jake Reardon, number 24 and 34, respectively. We got that sorted out with our friends at the scorer's table.
Nick, they look like the same guy, and the number is very close.
Hubbard has 9 points, and that's a team high for Bow. Colby Smith with 8, Jack Reardon with 7, Brendan O'Keefe with 6, and Peyton Larrabee with 5. Sean Gorette off the bench with 3. That's a pretty good balance.
It is, yeah. They
for
spread the
Coach
ball around
Drapo.
well.
On the other side for West, 9 points off the bench for Will Tanavasa. Scored them all in the second quarter. He ends up as the high man. Matthias Obando with 8. That includes a couple of made threes. And their leading scorer, Max Shosha, constantly double-teamed in that first half, ended up with 4. So it's an 11-point game at halftime. Justin, what do we look for adjustment-wise from these two teams in the second half?
Well, West had 9 turnovers, and we had with Bow with 6, so they have to not turn the ball over so much. They have to rebound better. They've been out-rebounded 15 to, I think, 10 in the first half. And a little more movement on offense for everyone. Like, they're trying to get Max the ball. They're trying to post him up and find a way to get him one-on-one with a mismatch, right? So maybe move him around so you can get a little more flow going. Bow, on the other hand, too, has to make sure they handle that press. The half-court trap for West, when they do a good job with it, has done a nice job with slowing down Bow. They've turned the ball over a couple times that way. They just have to communicate on the backside. So if the other players, aside from Shosa, that's a hard word to say, by the way, Shosa, can continue to make shots and maybe even step it up a little bit more and Max becomes a facilitator, then I think they have a really good chance to come back and win the game. Whereas Bow continues to play the way they do, maybe a little more pace from Bow in the second half. They've had some opportunities. They've got some long ones, long looks and got some layups, so maybe a little more pace. But right now, Bow is playing well. They have them kind of, you're up by 11, and now West has to play from behind.
Falcon ball to start this third quarter as the team switch ends. West can open up defensively in a man-to-man. Reardon off the rim. Couldn't get it to go. Chavez the rebound. Now West trying to get it down to single digits. Tanavasa will do it with a baseline jumper.
Got the start in the second half because he played really well in the first half.
Came off the bench and is the first to double figures either way with 11. The lead is down to 9.
And I do like the fact that West came out with the trap early. Did a nice job with that.
Inside,
nice
Larrabee lost it on the way up. Edmonds up the floor. Tanavasa to the rim. Left hand, no. And a rebound for Reardon.
Good no call down on this end, too. I think good hands up. Eliel Chavez had his hands straight up. Good defensive play.
Meanwhile, a spin move, a fadeaway for O'Keefe.
That's size. He took advantage of his size.
Looked pretty in the lane there. He's got 8. Meanwhile, Obando going to come back out for Edmonds. And Coach Otis calls for motion.
That's what we want to see. Motion. Have some guys. Let's get moving around, set some screens, nice cuts.
We got a foul here on the catch.
They're making Shosa's life miserable, though. You can tell. They're like a little, maybe a little physical, too. Right? If I'm coaching against him, I want guys to be a little physical, push him around a little bit. He's a finesse player. He likes to, shoot threes and get dunks. I'm kind of looking forward to one, too. Hopefully he gets one tonight.
Foul on Smith, his second. Minute and a half gone by, third quarter. Both teams looking for their 12th win of the season. Fadeaway won't work for Obando. Reardon's been on the glass tonight. 7 rebounds for the sophomore. Going to float a pass near side. O'Keefe going to stay hot. This one from downtown.
Again.
5 points in his third quarter. He's in double figures with 11. And Coach Otis has seen enough. A timeout is called as the lead is up to 14 for the first time at 43-29.
That's a good timeout call. You got to slow them down a little bit. Talk to your teams. You got to get a hand up. We know the guys from Bow, they're all willing to shoot threes. Everyone's a three-point shooter anyway. You can't go out with your hand down. You have to close out everyone. That's another one that's sort of gone. The art of the closeout, coming out with your hand up in the face. You know, you can put your hand directly in someone's face and block their vision. You can do that. And some guys are, no, you can't do that. It's a, and then you go, what is it? It's a violation? It's a foul?
No, it's
you put a hand up.
It's legal. You see that a lot in the over 30 league.
You do, right?
Sure.
A hand in the face. Because you know what? Because older guys, remember, you're supposed to put a hand up. So you know the whole goal of doing that is to discourage the shot.
Yep.
So if you're a high school kid and you're, still learning the game and you put a hand up, chances are they're going to miss the shot. Us old guys, we don't miss those anymore because we don't need to see the basket. We know where it is. You just know.
Meanwhile, let's see what West has out of the timeout. They look for an open three from straight away. Sosha's got the tip.
Good tip. Got to get baskets any way you can, right? Get some baskets. Good tip, good rebound.
First points of the second half for the senior. He's got 6 tonight. Three-pointer, Reardon. Can't get it from the wing. The weak side board is controlled by Edmonds.
I like the pace.
Another good look. Obando can't capitalize. Larrabee tries to keep it alive, and it's last touch by Sosha, who's not happy.
Yeah, that's a good play. I like the pace. That was a good play. See, now what you going to do? We don't want to do LeBron, wave our hands in the air either. We want to stay focused. Don't let the refereeing or the officiating bother you. Keep your head in the game. You're not scoring a lot of baskets, but guess what? Do a lot of other things. Rebound.
Here's the 2-2-1 trap.
Good step through.
Hubbard for Larrabee off the glass. Not Larrabee, but Reardon.
Reardon that time. We're going to fix that. We're going to get that right at some point.
He's got 9.
You see the step through on the trap? That's exactly how you teach that. Trap comes, step through the middle. Beautiful step through.
Meanwhile, Tunavasa left it short. There's Sosha on the glass. No. Can't get it to Bunt.
Tough one. Good rebound, too.
Larrabee clears it. And now this one tipped out of bounds. Will stay with Bo. 3 minutes in, third quarter. Falcons have never trailed tonight. Looking for their second straight win. And their 12th of the season. Jump hook is short for Reardon. Sosha closes out for his third board for West. Up the floor, Tanavasa thought about it, steps into a 2 instead, and leaves it short. Reardon on the glass. Bo looks to push. The sophomore, the left hand, draws a double team. Wraparound pass stolen. Sosha is bumped and fouled.
Definitely
in the open floor.
Good play by Sosa. Good steal. But you don't want to let him get easy baskets either. So that's actually not a bad foul. I mean, you avoided an easy layup for him, right? Good foul.
Just a second team foul as well.
Yeah, not a bad foul at all. I would like them to try and score on the inbounds.
Tanavasa for 3, left it short. And he's going to hear it from the Bo student section. Meanwhile, the sophomore Hood is back in. Got the start tonight. He's going to replace Tanavasa.
Here's the half-court trap again, the 2-2-1 half-court trap. You just take your full-court press, move it back to half-court, try and trap when the ball comes across the half-court line.
Falcons diagnose it pretty well. Hubbard trying to dribble out of the double team. And now calls for it across the lane, finds Reardon. The banker is too strong. Sosha pushed it out, and Hood gets to it. Going to escape a triple team, nearly intercepted off the bounce pass, but Reardon could not keep it in bounds. We hit the midway point, third quarter. Bo enjoying their largest lead of the night at 45-31.
Almost went up another 2 right there on that easy 2-footer he missed. That could have been, all of a sudden, wow, then they'd be up 16. West just has to make sure they chip away at this, get it down to, I always say, 8.
Good slicing move here, but it won't go.
He just can't find it right now. He's got to see the ball go in a few times. Makes it easier.
Reardon's got 9 boards for Bo. Coach Drapos says pull it out. Blue Knights in a man-to-man. They call for a pick and roll, and look out.
Chavez fought through that pick. He ain't messing around on that screen.
Dipped the shoulder and ran the screener right over.
You know, we talked about this the other day when we saw Nashua North play, and Parch McGlonney didn't shoot very well against Memorial. Didn't shoot threes very well. The rest of his game was great. He had 10-footers. He had layups. He shot free throws well. Couldn't make a three-pointer to save his life. Had to see the ball go in a few times, I think. And same thing with Shosa's. Got to see the ball go in a few times so that you get your confidence back.
Sosha, another rebound. Contributing on the glass, especially in this third quarter.
So rebound, that's what you got to do. Rebound, play good defense. You know, maybe get some offensive rebounds, score some baskets that way, and watch the ball go in.
They get it to him here.
There's the double.
Inside out, extra pass, Hood for 3. Line drive miss, tipped out to Smith. And now it's Larrabee in the open floor. Going to flush it and the foul.
Oh, did not expect that, Nick. I did not expect that. Wow.
An explosive tomahawk jam with the right hand.
Oh, we got to see that
and
again.
And a chance for one more.
Wow, I did not see that coming.
See there the foul on Obando, and then
Beautiful.
The emphatic slam down.
Where'd that come
Larrabee.
from? That's one of our, we've seen some nice dunks this year.
We have. That one's right up there with them, with the best of them.
Absolutely.
Misses the free throw, though. Rebound goes to Obando, gave up the dribble. Now Edmonds helps him out, whips it up the floor to Sosha, who's got the easy 2.
Good pass, getting it up the court. Nice job. Getting an easy layup for Shosa. Again, he just needs to see the ball go in the basket a few times.
3-pointer, O'Keefe.
Up, hand down, man down again. Got to get a hand up.
That's his 4th from downtown.
Right? You know who the shooters are. Got to get out. Deny. Don't let him catch the ball.
Inside out, 3-pointer, short by Chavez.
That's Reardon again.
Yep, he's got 10 boards by my count, which is a game high. We head towards 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Bo trying to break away. They're up 17, now 19. O'Keefe has come alive here in this third quarter.
He's en fuego all of a sudden. En fuego.
10 of his 16 in this frame.
4 threes.
West in some trouble here. And a foul is called on the floor against the Falcons. That's their 3rd team foul as Edmonds went flying.
Man, all of a sudden it went from 11 to 19, and 19 is a lot different than 11.
Hubbard with the foul is 2nd. They're going to say Edmonds was shooting.
Yeah, I don't see that. Didn't see that. Maybe you did, but I did not see that. On the ground. That was on the trip. They tripped him up high. How do you get the shot out of that, Nick?
So the junior point guard whose only point tonight came at the line in that first half. He's going to get a friendly roll on the road here. One more coming. Meanwhile, subs. Jermaine Gonzalez is back. The sophomore forward for West.
And he's been injured for a while, too. It'd be nice to see him get back into the flow a little bit and play well, because he's a good player. Just young.
Edmonds 2 for 2 there. And a travel. It's called on the catch. Little shuffle there by the sophomore.
Oh, boy. We've seen that, I don't know, 1,000 times already? Footwork, baby. Footwork. Take your time.
Third turnover here by Bo in this third quarter. Final 100 seconds.
Oh, you're doing math again.
West trying to nibble away. Sosha wants it on the wing. He's going to fire. That one's a side iron miss, and there's Hubbard on the glass. Another stop for Bo. Trying to match their largest lead. Reardon puts his head down and scores it off the window.
He just went right at him.
He's now officially in double figures, and there's a hustle play by the sophomore to keep it alive. It's the 10th takeaway for Bo. And now foul is called here against West.
Not really his call, but I thought that was a good defensive play. He worked hard to stay in front. Shosa not happy coming off the floor. Got to keep your head in the game. Even if you're down 19, you got to keep your head in the game because there's always time to come back. You got 9 minutes and 3 seconds to come back.
Okay for three. When corralled off the tip for Gonzalez.
He's got 4 rebounds according to my stats, and that's good for him.
He's contributed off the Pines tonight. Meanwhile, another West turnover. Comes along the near sideline, back-to-back giveaways, and now Coach Otis is going to go deeper into the bench here.
Way deep. Senior. Zach Ebert. Or Hebert. Zach Hebert. Another lefty. Got a couple new guys in as well. Got number 13, Jaden Rosa as well.
Yeah, I've not seen either tonight. Rosa, senior as well. Here's a deep three, won't go. Good pinch down, and there's the rebound for Rosa. Final 30 seconds. It's been all Bo here in this third quarter. And there's Smith. It's been a factor on defense, comes up with a steal.
His hands have been everywhere. He's had multiple steals just by moving his hands around.
19 is the lead.
Got a mismatch inside. Hood, big mismatch.
They lob it into Reardon. There's the right-hand finish.
Smart play, mismatch inside. The 6'3", 6'4" Reardon against the 5'7" Hood.
So the lead up to 21. Edmonds into the lane. Teardrop lefty, no. This one poked out, and that'll do it.
Ebert, got a rebound.
So it was an 11-point game at halftime. And that has ballooned up to 21 here as Bo looking good at home. 8 minutes away from perhaps capturing their 12th win of the season. West needs a comeback. Will they get it? We'll find out next. Fourth quarter on the other side. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, start of the fourth quarter here in Bo. And right now it's all Falcons. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. 56-35 is the largest lead of the night for the home team. And a rebound taken there off the rim by Chavez, who is the only, I shouldn't say only because Hood is still in the game as well, but
oh, that's true. I didn't see that.
There's 3 reserves on the floor right now for the Blue Knights.
No, deep into the bench.
Both teams came in at 11-4 on the season, tied for 5th in the Division II standings. Here's a 3. It's up and in. A good look there for Chavez. He doubles his point total from 3 to 6, and that'll lead to a quick timeout here from an unhappy Coach Drapo. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. The tail end of the regular season. Both these teams will only have 2 games remaining on the docket. West will...
That's so fast, Nick.
West has another big game coming up on Friday.
Huge.
At the Conan Cage against Pelham.
Huge
and then they'll
game.
take on red-hot Sauhegan to close out the season on Tuesday. The Falcons Well, they're off. Only 2 days. They're back in action on Thursday against Plymouth before rounding out the season a week from tomorrow at Sanborn. So a lot can happen, obviously, between now and the end of the regular season, but both teams expected to be top 8 seeds at least in the upcoming tournament.
Yeah, hopefully now. Trending slightly different directions recently a little bit. West sort of having a, couple games here. The last 3 games of, 1 out of 3, right? You get a win. If they get a win here, that's great, but not feeling like it's going to be a win right now. But Bo has played better, I think, as of late as well. This is a huge win for them. If they get this win, too, going into the playoffs, going into the final weeks, you got to feel really confident.
Got a foul here on the perimeter.
A lot of ticky-tack fouls up top. I don't know if we're trying to get them to the free throw line or what's going on there. I'm not too sure, but impact. Kind of sometimes you want to call fouls too that impact the game a little bit.
Well, that's a big one because it's on Chavez, and that's his 4th. Team second here in this 4th quarter with 2 minutes gone by. Bo, they scored the first 11 points tonight and really have not looked back. Despite occasional problems with this 2-2-1 half-court trap, they've been able to maintain and grow the lead throughout the contest.
Yeah, they figured out and kind of handled the trap well, or at least handled West's trap fairly well here as we've gone into the second half. So it's an adjustment. You look kind of see what teams do in the second half. What adjustments did they make? That's a good adjustment. They've handled it well. Did not see that ball get tipped, but
it'll stay with West. Meanwhile, Gonzalez returns, and Zach Hebert, after some good minutes, will take a seat.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him get in the game again.
There's Rosa in the corner, going to pull it out. Well, defensively, Bo has just stuck to the script, so to speak. Half-court man, relying on their length, relying on the glass.
Good hands getting steals.
Yep.
Knocking balls down.
They have forced 14 West turnovers. Deep 3, Gonzalez offensive rebound, his 5th tonight, but he can't finish.
Yeah, that was a good rebound. Got to finish those. Good rebound. That's what I think. They had 12 rebounds for Reardon. I might have too few for him. I don't know. They've rebounded really well.
Yeah, Reardon has played well on a bum ankle as well. 3 minutes gone, 4th quarter. Reardon left it a little short with the right hand. Rebound goes to Carl Taylor Jr., the senior forward who just checked in a moment ago for West. Here's Smith, another steal. There's those hands on the baseline.
Hands are everywhere. That baseline pass, though, is tough, Nick. We see that turned over more times than not.
Larrabee, look out. Missed the dunk. Smith going to keep it in play along the sideline, and then Coach Drapo is going to call a timeout. We saw a rim rattler earlier.
Two-footer right there. You see that?
From Larrabee. That one may be a little too powerful as it failed to go down, but either way, he's put on a show, particularly in the second half.
He's trying to bring the hammer on that one off 2 feet. I didn't see that one coming. One leg is different. Some guys can only jump off one leg. He gets up off 2 as well. That's making a statement, though.
Scary to think. He's only a sophomore.
Oh, man. But that's like making a statement, too, because most of the games when you see West, all the highlights, and you see pictures in the paper, they are of Max Scioscia dunking the ball. He gets a lot of fast break, leak out dunks, a lot of those in games. And they're great plays. So these guys know it. Bo knows. They talk. All these kids know what the other teams do. Heck, if they watch, we don't do a lot of Division II games, but they see what the newspaper puts in. They see these things on YouTube. Kids take video of everything. If they know he's going to dunk, they'll take video. So this is kind of maybe Bo going, hey, we can do that too.
Sure.
Right? At home.
Well, this is a team gearing up for a run potentially.
And
a win tonight would put them at 12-4 in sole possession of the 5 seed, at least for now. Of course, everybody, as we mentioned, trailing Hanover, who has a division best 15-1 record. Defending champion Pelham right behind them at 14-1. And then Pembroke, they're solid every year. They're at 13-2. Co-Brown has been a pleasant surprise as the Bears are 12-3. And then again, this one tonight, unofficially a battle for 5th. And it's been dominated really from start to finish here by the home team.
Yeah, they just called a closely guarded 5-second call there, but he wasn't very closely guarded toward the end of that 5-second call. I don't know what that turnover was, but, and Bo hasn't gone very deep to it. They don't have a very deep bench right now either. He's only played 7 players. So, and West has played, I think, that's a goaltend. Yeah, count that.
Count it for Gonzalez.
Oh, and a T.
And then a technical foul is called against O'Keefe.
Wow.
No, it's on Larrabee. And if so, that's going to be his 4th foul.
And that's what we talked about, though, too. He's trying to block the shot, not trying to slap the glass and change it. It should just be a goaltending.
Yep.
Basket's good. Let's move along. That's not the right call.
So a bit of a double whammy against the sophomore. That's his 4th foul.
Yeah, you get a foul
as a result of the technical. And meanwhile, the officials are going to talk here. 3-man crew tonight, made up of Rob Stadnicki, Tim Keefe, and Ryan Borg, who, in my opinion, have done a pretty good job.
They didn't count. Now they're saying they didn't count the basket. Of course you counted the basket. You have to count the basket.
Well, they haven't yet on the scoreboard.
Now they've counted the basket.
Should be 56-40.
Basket should be good.
And there it is.
And now he should get 2 shots if they do this right.
Coach Drapeau upset as he continues to shake his head on the home sideline.
I have to agree. I'm not sure that that's the right call. He went for the block. He attempted to block the shot. He hit the ball. So if you want to call goaltending because the ball hit the backboard first, but if we could see, maybe the Wizard could show that again too at some point here while we go through the technical foul situation. But that didn't seem. This is similar to what we had the other night, and I got confirmation that was the wrong call. The Pinkerton violation on Jackson Marshall when he blocked that shot. See, there it is. Oh, I think he's saying he touched the rim. Here it is, a close-up. Can't see from there. That's just an attempted block.
Well, either way, the result is a point for West as Hood goes 1 for 2 at the line. Blue Knights have possession. As we hit the midway point of this 4th quarter, it's down to 15 again. It's the closest West has been since the early minutes of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, the subs have made a dent, right? The subs have played well. Come off the bench.
Trail by as many as 21, but here's a turnover. A steal for Reardon. Step through move. Right hand teardrop will fall. But a pretty finish and a big night. He's got 15 now to go with 12 boards. 58-41 as the Falcons continue to keep the Blue Knights at arm's length. Hood with a nice step through there. The lefty, though, can't convert. Smith in a crowd is going to wrestle it away for the Falcons.
Yeah, they've rebounded really well.
This one is short. Reardon trying to keep it alive. Picked up by Hood, who steps on the gas. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining. Around the horn it goes. 3-pointer for Rosa. It's too strong, and Smith with another rebound for Bo.
Yeah, he's a senior, right? He's got 7 rebounds. Had some nice, timely 3-point shots.
Got a foul here against West. Little bump in front of the Bo bench. It's going to stop the clock with inside of 3 minutes remaining. Coming up after the game, got some tournament scores, Justin.
What? Tournament? What?
As the Division III tournament.
Oh, that's right.
On the boys' side is underway.
Who do we have playing today?
And one of those games, Justin, came down to the final shot. We'll get you that score.
It wouldn't be Holy Family again, would it? Remember that last year?
Oh, that was
holy mackerel.
Incredible. Not only those tournament scores, but D1, D2 scores coming up as well. And an interview with the winning head coach. Right now, that's slated to be head coach Scott Drapeau of Bo, but we'll see. 2:35 remaining. And again, the Falcons get to a loose ball.
We'll give Larrabee a rebound on that.
Larrabee down the lane, double team, Banker, no. Gonzalez in the mix for West. And the rebound ends up with Taylor.
All of a sudden, Bo can't make a shot.
Hood going to race to the corner. Trying to avoid the foul.
And he got fouled.
Yep, Smith, a little bit of a bump there along the boundary.
Bo kind of.
It's his 3rd.
Bo was doing that sort of not trying to score, don't play your regular basketball for a few minutes early in that when they got up by 20. And that throws you off. It throws off your rhythm. It throws off, then you start missing shots because you stop playing the way you normally do. And we've already discussed playing not to lose. That's just not a good way to do it.
Saw that a few weeks ago when Trinity suffered an overtime loss on the road despite a big lead to begin the fourth quarter.
That was a heartbreaking loss for Trinity against Exeter. And they did just that. They played not to lose, and they ended up losing.
Inside of 2 minutes, the Falcons have led this one wire to wire by as many as 21 in the second half. They scored the first 11 points of the ball game. Smith, with those hands, gets the block. O'Keefe goes behind the back and turned it over. But Smith keeps it alive. A good effort on both ends for Smith, and his team gets another possession out of it. Al Reardon had it slapped loose from behind, and this one is turned over.
11 turnovers for Bo. I have 11. Oh, wow.
This one out of bounds.
A little sloppy here at the end. But again, we have a lot of reserves playing for West. But they played pretty well. They've cut the lead down a little bit. Now it's 17. They've done okay. I just, they need to be a little more aggressive and try and get quicker shots because you're down by so many points, right? So instead of trying to hold the ball so long, let's try and get some quick shots.
Clock a big factor now with 1:15 remaining. Rosa on the flash. Open look for Chavez, and he's cash.
Chavez, 3 threes.
All 9 of his points from downtown. The only upperclassman starter still on the floor. Final minute. O'Keefe, Smith, round the horn it goes. Reardon. So Coach Drapo's got some reserves on the way. 5 players over at the scorer's table. Backdoor Smith, Larrabee. And the Falcons looking to just play a little keep away here as we're down to 40 seconds.
If you're going to do that, though, you might want to call timeout so you can get your JV team in. Essentially, he's putting his JV team in the game.
It'll stop the clock with 38 seconds. With the lead 14, 58-44. Some of the fans starting to find the exits. This was a pretty packed gym tonight.
Was very good crowd on a Tuesday
night. Good
night.
Atmosphere, dueling student sections, but seemingly the writing on the wall at this point with 38 seconds remaining.
I thought West might have been able to keep it closer for the duration. They kind of let it get away from them in the third quarter, and the starters didn't play. Overall, I think Chavez has played pretty well with 9 points, but all on threes. But overall, the starters didn't play as well, I think, as they could have. We didn't get the snowpocalypse. Maybe everybody thought we were going to get the snowpocalypse on, this morning, so everybody was thrown off a little bit off. But I think they're going to go away from this going, we could have played better. I think we would have played better. If we play them again, we can beat them. It's a winnable game.
West now looking at 11-5 after a loss here on the road tonight. It'll also be their second defeat in the last 3 games.
Yeah, losing 2 of 3, and now we're coming down, like you said. This is a very important time of the year. You want to get on your momentum needs to shift into winning basketball. So when you get into the playoffs, you're a threat, you're confident, you're shooting well, you're playing well. Your team gets along well, good attitude. The whole thing has to be there for you to win, right? Because if that's not there, if the attitude goes away or you get down, then it's an early exit if you're not careful. And you don't want to see that. West went out early last year in the first round. And that was really disappointing for them.
It's quarterfinals.
I thought they had a quarterfinal game. But a game they should have probably won.
Meanwhile, the final 15 seconds set to expire here as we close in on the final score of 58-44. So Bo going to win their second straight, their 12th overall, as they improve to 12-4, a wire-to-wire win tonight on their home floor. As the Blue Knights fall again for the second time in 3 games and are now at 11-5. Coming up, stats, highlights, analysis, live interview with Coach Drapo as well. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471 888-858-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Okay. All right, we're back here in Bow following a 58-44 victory by the Falcons as they improve to 12-4 overall. An impressive wire-to-wire win tonight. At one point, the home team led by as many as 21. We're joined by Scott Drapeau, head coach. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Your guys scored the first 11 points tonight and never looked back. What was the key to that fast start? What was the key overall, you think, over the four quarters?
I think the key is we bought into the process of the system. Colby Smith did a great job on Max Sosa tonight. Face got him. I just figured that somebody like Colby's a senior. Put him in charge of that situation. He did a great job, and everybody played a hand into the game tonight. Jake Reardon coming off an ankle injury. He had an ankle injury. No one knows that, but he, sprained his ankle against Bishop Brady, and he's been in a boot, and this is his first day back. And that was like 5 days ago. I thought he played pretty well. Peyton Larrabee played well. Keenan Mann, they all played well. It's a team effort. You don't win a basketball game with one player.
Right. Speaking of Reardon, we had him for 15 and 12, despite a bum ankle. That's pretty impressive. Coach, seems like you got a nice rotation. A little short, 6'7" guys, but everybody produced, to your point, tonight. What's the key of getting that group to play as well as they did tonight, every night?
I think, it's high school basketball. It's, kids come to play on certain nights. Some kids are sick. Some kids don't tell you that they're sick. And, the bottom line is, I think if you start out hot and the kids see it and the coach is into the game, things roll downhill, and that's what we did tonight. My coaches know that. My coaches and my players know that I'm an emotional guy. I play with my heart on my chest and stuff like that. And we win as a team. We lose as a team, and that's the way I look at it. So we had a great effort tonight. I really enjoy playing. Coaching these kids. They come out every night and practice. They come out every day and play in the game. It's great to be around them.
I thought after a couple times too, West had that half-court trap that they kind of caused a couple turnovers, but then you seemed like maybe at halftime you talked to them and they came back in the second half, handled it really well. Was that an adjustment you made?
Yeah, listen, every press has its weaknesses, and we found it in the corner. We found it in the middle. We're pretty big in size, and I thought that Brendan O'Keefe, as a sophomore, has matured since last year. As you saw, he controls the game for us. I'll put that ball in his hand 100% of the time. And he's only a sophomore. So I got 2 more years with him. We're not worried about 2 more years. We're worried about moving on to the next game. These guys play with so much heart and so much emotion that it's great to be around. It's the dog days of winter. Kids don't want to practice. But my guys come to practice every day. We might not get the most out of them, but we practice, and that's all that matters.
Well, that's good. And then lastly, normally I've heard from other people, we kind of, we talk to some people just so we know what we're coming into, that you guys normally play sort of a 5-out, more movement from your system is a little bit different. Today you seem to go into the post a lot more than maybe you do normally. Was that because of maybe your size advantage that you had going into the game?
I think we try to find mismatches. You know what I'm saying? I've always been brought up That, you know, you always find the mouse in the house, as I call it. You know what I'm saying? Jake Rind's always going to have that small guy on him. He's pretty good in the post. You know, tonight he struggled a little bit, but for the most part, he does what I tell him to do. Keenan Hubbard's good. Peyton Larrabee, thunderous dunk. You know what I'm saying? That's unbelievable. I mean, the kid, he plays. He's just learning the game now. He's just getting his feet wet. But for the most part, these guys do what I tell them to do, and the coaches do. And you know what? You play in front of a great crowd like this,
crowd,
and all the all the student section over there, they really enjoy it. So, you know, it's great to be around.
Good atmosphere tonight for sure. Coach, you got a short turnaround. Plymouth, just 2 days from now. How do you get ready for that game less than 48 hours away?
We take tomorrow off.
There you go.
You know?
That's a great call, right?
You know
there.
what I'm saying? We take tomorrow off, and we move on. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. This game's over. We move on. We're 12-4, and we'll try to make it 13-4 on senior night, which is a great night for everybody.
Yeah. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming
Thanks
on.
for having us.
Good luck going
We appreciate
forward,
it.
too,
Yeah,
Coach.
thank you very much. Have a good night.
Absolutely. Coach Scott Drapo giving us the ins and outs of his program that, well, his team tonight, very impressive wire-to-wire win, and you heard it there. He's got a good group of kids to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that he talked about, you know, they did address the press and where the weaknesses were and where they found the openings of the press. And that, too, Wes can take a look at that as well and go, okay, what did we do wrong? What do we have to rotate? And how can we improve that? And I think both teams have a lot to look forward to as they move forward, obviously. And then how they took advantage of the mismatches, right? And they really went out of their way, Bo, to take Shosa out of the game.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. He's going to face guard him. You're going to make sure you try and deny him the ball, make him take tough shots, and he did. I mean, Max is a guy averaging 25 points, and tonight he had 8. So you do that. It's almost like when Pinkerton plays. You contain Jackson Marshall, I think you have a really good chance to win. Nobody's been able to contain him yet. If you contain Max Shosa here, well, then they get a little bit more of a chance to win. So we know there's one guy in the state you can't stop. That's just the way it is, right? But some of these other guys can really score, and if you make it difficult for them, that really frustrates scorers. So I predict Max will come out and play really well the next game.
West is going to have to regroup in a hurry. They've got defending champion Pelham for the second time in 2 weeks.
That's 2 really
coming
tough
up
games.
on Friday.
Right? 2 tough games, right?
All right, we've got a tournament already underway.
Oh, here we go.
The Division III preliminary round was tonight. Defending champion Guilford taken to the wire by Campbell, but Guilford prevails with a 3 at the buzzer.
Oh, no.
To win it 53 to 50. That's according to our friend Tom King of the
great.
Nashua Telegraph.
Love those kind of games. First round playoff game with a win at the buzzer.
Other D3 first round scores. White Mountains blows out Raymond. Well, that game not quite over yet, but a big lead for White Mountains, 63-41 there. Kearsarge a winner over Stevens, 47-41. Hopkinton knocks out my father's alma mater, Newport, 64-52 is the final there. Mascoma blows out Interlakes, 77-39.
Oh, that's a big first-round win.
Division II scores regular season. Kennett, they beat Cole Brown in an upset tonight as the Bears lose for just the 4th time this season. 53-44 is the final score there.
And there's a lot of jockeying right now for playoff spots, too, for where you want to be seated. These games are important at the end.
It's tight in Division II,
really
especially.
Tight.
So a loss tonight for West and Cole Brown shakes things up.
Yeah, huge situation.
In the top 5 or 6. And then meanwhile, in Division I, Concord gets their first win of the season.
Oh, no. And against who?
A depleted Manchester Memorial, 74-64 is the final score there. And speaking of final, your final thoughts on what we saw here tonight, a 58-44 win for Bo.
Well, I think Bo came out with just really understanding the importance of getting a win tonight because it changes the dynamic of where you are in the playoff standings. You want to beat a West team that can come out and drop 80 on any given night if guys are scoring well. And I think they find out some things about, what happens if they have to play them again? What do? We take that same model and we do it again. But they came out with a lot of energy tonight. They played well. One of their best players was hurt, and he played well. Whereas West came out a bit lackluster. Not a lot of energy, not a lot of, like you and I talked about, plays where guys are getting after it, where you're diving on the floor, or you're getting a rebound, offensive rebound. Maybe you're setting a hard screen just to get guys going, just to get them motivated, get them fired up. But if you don't come to a game like that, and you don't play that way, you're not going to win most of the time, especially when two teams are relatively evenly matched. It was what we had here.
Yep.
And going forward, they have two games that are hugely important for them, West does, in order to make that better move in the playoffs. They want a home game, right? You want a first-round home game. You got to win the next two. Those are going to be really tough.
Want to thank Athletic Director Mike DeSilitz for hooking us up here. Appreciate him and his staff working with us prior to the game. And looking forward to coming back sooner rather than later.
He's going to watch those little kids and the whole plug situation.
Yes.
These little short people.
Somebody's going to get spanked tonight.
There's going to be some serious spankings.
And then got to thank our crew here at Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. John Barron, Kat Doyle, our two videographers.
You're the best.
Doing a bang-up job as usual. For my partner, Justin Gorham, and our director, the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studio, and Steve Beals, the executive producer. My name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Bow 58, Manchester West 44. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.